At this time, we are celebrating the 150th anniversary of the death of St. John Newman and the 200th anniversary of his birth. The fact that St. John Newman assisted our founders in establishing our congregation, it is fitting that we celebrate St. John Newman with our year-end retreat. Because of our corporate stand on immigration, we are focusing on St. John Newman and his great work with immigrants. Unfolding this retreat, you will hear about St. John Newman, the immigrant today, and about the action we can take in regard to immigration. These stories will be told by the Redemptress, Father Richard Baver, and our sisters, Maureen Dignan and Marie Lucy. Father Rich has been in ministry since 1974. During that time, he has served as parish priest and pastor in St. Louis and Chicago, taught theology at Newman University in Wichita, Kansas, and St. Louis University, served as a university chaplain, and been director of the Redemptorist Formation for the pre-novitiate program. He has held various positions at Liguori Publications, including president and publisher, and that of retreat director at Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. He holds a Master of Divinity and a Master of Religious Education degrees from Mount St. Alphonsus Seminary in New York. And in 1983, he received a PhD in historical theology from St. Louis University and wrote his dissertation, The Spirituality of John Newman. Recent publications include recently published book, St. John Newman, His Life and Spirituality. Among his hobbies, Father Rich does poetry, pottery, and rug weaving. Sister Maureen Dignan is a native of Roscommon, Ireland, who was professed in our congregation in 1962 and is celebrating her Golden Jubilee this year. Her initial ministry was as an educator, mainly in high school. As you know, Maureen lives in the East Bay of Northern California. Presently, she is the executive director of the East Bay Sanctuary Covenant, whose mission is to protect, advocate, and support immigrants and refugees on a global scale. Maureen is also the executive director of Casa Francisca, a refugee house in Oakland supported by our congregation and others. Maureen's ministry sometimes takes her to Central America and Haiti. No matter where she lived or what her ministry was, Maureen was always caring for those who are poor. Sister Marie Lucy, a native of Wilmington, Delaware, is an educator, a former congregational minister, and the former associate director for social mission with LCWR. Presently, Marie is ministering as the director of advocacy and congregational outreach with the Franciscan Action Network. Marie was the social justice director and then became the director of corporate social responsibility for the congregation. It is obvious that Marie's education and dedication and involvement in social justice issues has greatly influenced our congregational awareness of the unjust situations of our sisters and brothers who live on the margins of society. Some of us have had the experience of emigrating from homeland to another country. More of us have had the experience of visiting another country where language was not English. Each of these experiences will help us to relate to the immigrant today and to an immersion into the biblical stories of the past. As we enter into our year-end retreat, the Theology Committee hopes that we truly immerse ourselves into the prayer, the stories, the reflections, and the action of what God is opening up for us as individuals, as an area chapter, and as a congregation. We also hope that you will avail yourself with the quiet time to make this a deep and enriching retreat. We welcome you now to enter into the story of St. John Newman and the immigrant.